Okay, my camera's not showing. I'm not sure why. Let me see, does this work? Oh, do I have 2.3% up? Nice, bro. I'm trying to fix my camera right now. I don't know why it's not working. Mm, Cool, I can do that, but okay, why is my webcam not on? I'm trying to figure out my webcam, guys. Okay. What's up, Om? What's up, Karen? I gotta I gotta just crop this out because I don't like my webcam like this. Alright, that's good, right? Why support and resistance works well on gold? It just happens to be working with ICT. What's up? I feel like I can't say Hamid and not like an Arab tone. Like I need to say like Hamid, like Hamid. But what's up, bro? What's up, Cyber Fiber? Fiber, what's up, man? Karen, congratulations, bro. Up 2.3% from 2% drawdown to 2.3% gain. That's amazing, bro. Keep it up. What's your bias? I'm gonna go over bias soon. I just don't trade gold now. It's a volatile asset. Gold is pretty volatile. So if you guys remember, just on Euro, we talked about, right, the daily fair value gap, and we're looking for this potential order block to form. So I'm still waiting to see if it forms, right? If it does, I'll probably add. I have some positions down here, but I'm gonna probably add for that high. So that's gold. Um, else here. I mean, that's not gold. That's look at gold. We have 10 minutes, so we have more than enough time to talk about futures. For gold, never tapped into the weekly. What we did on silver. I'd expect price to go higher to this imbalance on silver and then to the high on gold. We are forming a daily fair value gap. So maybe next week we get something like this. What's up, Caddy Pan? Good morning, brother. Okay. So what are we looking at today? I just realized. Look at my paper trade account, guys. We're minus 700,000 something. What's up, Ethan? Okay. Okay, ready? Daily chart. Let's go. So before we take in previous day high. So yesterday was really good in terms of being able to predict everything. Now, now we're in a kerfuffle. I'm gonna tell you guys why we're in a kerfuffle. The reason we're in a kerfuffle is because there isn't a clean drawn liquidity buying on. I can let you know in a bit. First, let's talk about bias. At the beginning of every stream, I always give my opinion on what I think is going to happen. But that being said, I'll tell you guys what I think. I still think that this low, you picked the word kerfuffle. Yes, sir, I did. We are in a kerfuffle. It's exactly what it is. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know how else to explain it. Let me just fix my camera. Center. All right, we are. That's exactly what it is. It's kerfuffle because I still think this Monday low is strong. I personally don't think we expand here. Potentially lower for the month. Now that's a pretty big assumption, right? We obviously could go down there, but being we came all the way down here, took out the low. You're planning shorts. I'm planning longs, brother. I'll say Euro USD quickly. Daily fair value gap. I want to see it respected and take out that high. Why? Because DXY should be bearish if I'm not mistaken. I want DXY to take out this low. Same thing. So I think there's a high probability long forming here. I'm waiting for the order block to form. Yeah, that's all it is. Or if we get like an hourly fair value gap here, I'll take it. I'm gonna target this high. Simple. That's my opinion. If you want to take shorts, bro, good luck. I hope it works out. Let me just add an alert there so I don't miss. Okay, NASDAQ. I think this could be the low of the month. Like, I'm not here to predict. I don't have like practice picking the low of the month, but that's a pretty significant like manipulation lower. And if we're gonna reverse, we're gonna keep going higher. So in my opinion, this low probably holds maybe until like we come into this gap. What's up, Rohit? So it's hard to be bearish. It's hard to be bearish, but it's also hard to be bullish because there isn't a real strong liquidity besides intraday. So I'm talking about the daily chart right now. There's no clean drawn liquidity that I can see price going towards. Obviously, there is previous week's high, right? We have this old low, which we could come into here, which would be an immediate rebalance. That's possible. We can target that old low, right? And then eventually come higher here to NWOG. But not a clean drawn liquidity. If we come into 50% of the daily fair value gap, if we respect it, then yes, we would probably go lower and take out this low. But I do think this monthly low is strong. Like we took out sell side and we had 50% respected. I feel like we come out for some highs. It looks like a market maker buy model. You trading today? Yeah, of course. If I see my setup. But we have to develop a narrative. So the point I'm trying to get across is I have no idea where the daily chart's going right now. So I'm gonna be looking intraday. Right? Maybe silver bullet. I really like this on gold on euro. I have no idea where the daily chart's going. In my opinion, I'm not really confident, but I want this to be the low of the month. Weekly profile looks like kind of seek and destroy. I mean, kind of. I mean, yeah, actually, it very much is. But it's more favored up. Yesterday we took previously high and low. Like we're gonna have to go to the 4 hour and build a setup from there. All right, look for relative equal lows, highs. Let me just edit transform this one more time. I want it to be perfect. Okay, I think that's good. Hi, Bravo. I'm not Bravo. I'm Gatie. For all the people who have been saying Gatie in their head, It's not Gatie. It's Gatie. Protection bears like past few days waiting for good information. Exactly. There's nothing so clear. Like you can't really, right? I was happy taking longs off 50% of this wick and sweeping sell side, and we can like work into this fair value gap. But now we're already in the fair value gap. We closed inside. Maybe you can expect it to inverse, which is why I said maybe we target this old low on the weekly so we get the immediate rebalance. But who's to say that happens now? You know, it looks like this candle is gonna flip. So maybe we take out today's high. Like I'm leaning towards longs because of that monthly low. But like who's to say, you know what we can do? Maybe I was gonna say target monthly open. I had no idea it was all the way up there. I completely forgot. So that's not happening. So I'm leaning towards longs. But okay guys, now the sauce starts, right? Let's go intraday and see. So again we marked out this old low. Remember I marked out this old low, right? It's kind of my drawn liquidity, if I'm being honest. Okay, we're inside of a 4-hour bullish fair value gap off the inversion 4-hour. So let's mark that up. Right, that's the 4-hour fair value gap. We've already did we inverse NWAR NDOG? Bravo means close weather. Oh, okay. I thought Bravo means like good job. So like I didn't do anything yet. We're inside the 4-hour fair value gap. So yeah, like we could possibly expect some longs here. We did take out the high. Did we inverse the NWAR gap and now we can use it as support? Right, you see that we're respecting 50% so far. We tapped into the 4-hour. Yo, you guys sending emojis and shit? Yo, guys, you know I can do like I can do Q&As or polls. I didn't even know I could do that shit. Yeah, I'm getting a haircut today. I know this shit's like messy, but I'm getting a haircut today. We're gonna be fresh. We're gonna be fresh again. Hold on, I gotta put what I ate in my food journal. I'm leaning towards longs. All right, let me just lock in quick. So 4-hour fair value gap we've marked out, right? Our end dog is gonna be lower. We've marked out the old low. Because we do have this huge imbalance above, we could start working towards some imbalances there too, near the old low. Both assets in the 4-hour fair bullish fair value gap, so we can frame a trade off that for sure. Let's drop down to the 15 and see what we got. All right, we have like 1 minute. So what would I want to see? We could potentially go higher from here. We could come back, swoop this low. That would be nice. But like I said again, right, there was no chain state of delivery. So chain state delivery right there. That's pretty high up. Oh, let's see. In this case, we're gonna have to mark our midnight opening. London high looks good. We're below midnight. But let's just remember we're below midnight. We can mark it out, I guess. We're below midnight. We're below 8:30. Ooh, we're actually above 8:30. So I would want to see a little bit of move lower, taking out a short-term low. But I wouldn't be surprised if it expands right from 9:30. Because we do have this, like, honestly, this would have been a good setup right here, where you just swoop this low and you look for a long. So if we want to see a continuation off that idea, right, we have a 15-minute bearish fair value gap right here. Let's see a potential inversion here of the 15-minute. Or respect it, go lower, take out sell side, form SMT, and then go higher, right? That's what I'm looking for. I don't know if that's going to form. That's what I'm going to need. Oh, we do have SMT already. Are you serious? Bunch lows taken. But we do have no SMT. So that's the plan, guys. I don't really see myself taking it. Again, I honestly think it could be 9:30 low, and then we just go up all the way to London highs. Let me go buy. I mean, you can if you want. I'm not clicking buy yet. I'm leaning towards longs, but I don't have a hard definitive bias. I mean, I guess the 4-hour, I'm expecting it to hold price, right? So we are in the 15-minute. This is a 15-minute fair value gap I've marked out. So let's see if it sends us lower. Maybe we take out a short-term low, and then we get a silver bullet entry for longs, something like that. Today is August 9th. You think we inverse this for value gap or pick out? We could also frame shorts, but no, not really. Doesn't really, like, this market structure does not. I does not look make sense to take out short. It doesn't look. Yeah, doesn't make sense to look for shorts. Right? We just swept sell side on the lower time frame, and we tapped into. Look at that, guys. That's pretty beautiful. What did you say? Swept sell side into a 4 hour value gap, and we probably come out for the highs. Right? We also have this imbalance over here, which we can mark up. I'll mark it with 2 red lines. I think that's fair to be in reach. It's 200 points. Actually, that's quite a bit, but we can potentially work towards that. Go down to the hourly. All right, we swept sell side. There's an immediate rebalance of the 1 hour fair value gap there. 932 reversal never misses. You think down from 932? Possible. If there's SMT, maybe, but I wouldn't even take it personally for me. Off the 15-minute fair value gap and the order block here. Like, I would just want to see a low, short-term low taken, and then potentially look for another long. Like, that's kind of what I'm going off of here. Or we look for silver bullet continuation. So that's the plan, guys. That's my plan. It might not form. I'm not gonna lie, it might not form, but I don't see any high probability setups other than that. So far, it looks like we're working the 15-minute fair value gap. It looks like we're working the 15-minute fair value gap. Maybe if we get SMT inside the 15-minute, we can look for a 2-to-1 scalp, but that's not really my thing. And the narrative is I want to see us respect the 4 hour. So if we take out a short-term low, that'll give me another opportunity to go long. Basically, I need a liquidity sweep, so I'm not liquidity. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But right now we're just choppy, so silver bullet might be our best chance. I think there's a flat body candle there. No, it's not. It looks like we're respecting the 15-minute. So what short-term low can we possibly look for? Now, this does look bearish, but in my opinion, we take out almost all of this. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think that 430 high is staying. Even if we're ranging today, right, we'd probably take out a low and then go higher. This could just be engineered liquidity. What do I want to see? Oh, we came into there. I gotta see a short-term low taken on the 15. Maybe even like this low or this low. Form SMT. That'll give us a new 4 hour low. Also, we're at a pretty deep discount of the 4 hour dealing range. We're in a pretty deep premium. If we did come into here, I'm still bullish. The hourly, right? There's an hourly imbalance right here. That would be a nice place to go long off of. If we swept sell side, wicks, tapped into here, that would be really nice actually. But that's a kind of a stretch. I don't know if we're gonna go that far low. That would be nice though. That would be nice. All right, let's see. So far we're just chopping, so there's not much. I'm gonna stay on the 15, and we'll open up like the 1 minute on the right side here. See what's happening. Let's just remember. I don't want to keep these lines here, but let's just remember that there's an hourly fair value gap above. I'm gonna eat my chocolate muffin while we wait for something to happen. All right, we're just chopping right now. Look at the right. This is the right side 1 minute chart. Literally nothing's happening, guys. If you're trading this, you need to relax. In my opinion, maybe you guys know something I don't, but you just gotta wait. Like there's no trade here. Don't overthink it. We're engineering liquidity on both sides. Don't be liquidity. What's up, Forex? Let's just see what happens, right? We'll mark out this imbalance, and we can mark out the daily range. This is a premium 15-minute fair value gap. Excuse me. Eating this muffin. It's really good. All right, let's see. We're working our way in there. We must quickly scan ES. See if it tapped in. Nope, ES has not tapped in. Right? Always scan for SMT, right? Otherwise, you're gonna be like, why didn't it tap in? Well, there you go. Couple lives. Chart M2. Yeah, it looks nice, but I couldn't take something like this. That looks nice though. Nice setup on the 2 minute, but we didn't take out any lows, so I wouldn't be able to. We did tap into the 4 hour though, but that's not my model. I wanted to tap in when I'm in my time window looking to take a trade. So we wait. Coming back into the range. We didn't even hit any key levels. Right? Did we even take that high? What model I love use? Just I think you have to read price and take trades, bro. 1834 low. Me personally, I want to see at least a 15-minute low. Right, I'm more leaning towards a silver bullet entry here. Kind of the same thing as me. Maybe realistically, what's my model, right? All this stuff. Yeah, this just means use everything ICT taught you to read price, and then look for a confirmation and time. That's basically what this means. Predict where price is gonna go, and predict when it's gonna go. When you know where and when, wait for the entry PD rate. Pretty much it. Um, I'll have to see. It depends what low and what time, right? It's not just low. Look, I kind of want to see like 950 macro maybe. A 15-minute chart here, 1 minute chart here. If I could have 3 charts open, I'd have ES open on the 15. But we'll just have to keep switching. Oh, you know what? I have another monitor. I can at least open it for myself. We didn't even tap into the imbalance. I would personally, again, like now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm second guessing these buys. I kind of want to wait for the silver bullet window to maybe just tell me something clear. You know, look for a second stage entry because I would have wanted to see price go lower first. We tapped the 1 hour. Oh, nice. That is nice, yeah, actually. Always scan all your time frames. We could go lower from there. Do you consider that equal highs? Which one? On the 15, when I was looking at these? We tapped the hourly, but no, these are not equal highs. In fact, this is not equal highs. No, these are equal highs. These are equal highs, but not these two. This is already swept, so this you don't even care. This is gone. This liquidity was taken. Right? We're looking at now these equal highs here, relatively equal, and then these two. So I'll show you on the 1 minute time frame. It'll make more sense. So these relative equal highs, these equal highs, right? And then look at this, all these relatively equal highs. If you look down, right, it's not as clean. Kind of like we did the work here, like ICT was trying to explain. Which is why I'm bullish, but yeah, we tapped into the hourly. Like I'm leaning towards longs, but again, it's Friday, and I don't know anything in terms of the weekly profile. Honestly, I don't know anything. That's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was, in terms of the weekly profile, Friday kind of does its own thing, right? We've already met we met like my highest time frame objective for the week yesterday. So we could chop today. We don't even have news today, do we? Right? So we literally have no news. There isn't gonna be much run. So if I'm gonna trade something, it better be a high ass probability, you know, which we have to wait for. Sure, we're rejecting off the hourly. Look at the macro. Yes, we will use macros 100% to take our trade if we take one. So we can look here on the 1 minute, right? We took out this 1 minute high. But yeah, 2 minute was clean. Yes, it was a clean entry there. Congratulations, Boggy, bro. That's amazing. Yes, sir. I'm just waiting maybe for silver bullet or something. Yeah, you know what? Let me know what they're like too, because maybe I'll try them. What's up, Joy Boy? You didn't miss much. We're kind of just waiting for a macro silver bullet play. I'm leaning towards longs. This imbalance, these relatively equal highs here and here. This one being the lower objective. Probably would. You're right. Next candle will probably be bearish. Well, I can see already the fact you don't need to pay by activation fee is nice as fuck for starter accounts. That is really nice. No activation fee is nice. Yeah, I do think the next candle will be bearish. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I want to see a low get taken, so then we could potentially look for longs. So maybe this low, keep this one intact. That would be nice. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Does it have to though, right? Like it could obviously just continue running through these lows. Me too, Fearman. Me too. I paid it 3 times actually for these 3 accounts. So I'm gonna make sure I'm taking the A+ fucking trade, you know? This isn't the challenge anymore. I don't want to risk anything, right? So we're back into this inversion. Let's see. Mixed bias. I don't even have a bias right now. I'm leaning towards longs. These relatively equal highs. I'd want to see a short-term low get taken out. Also, guys, the 4 hour. I should have started with that. Tapping into the 4 hour. expecting the 10 a.m. candle to potentially be bullish, right? So if the 10 a.m. candle, I'm more leaning for it to be bullish. For starters, I kind of want to wait till 10 a.m., right? Obviously, if that's what I'm trying to trade. But how can I frame a 10 a.m. bullish candle? Right, I'd want to see a short-term low get taken, which in this case would be the zoom out 1 minute equal lows below. Of course, yeah. I mean, if you zoom out, there's always going to be, but I'm more focused on this price action right here. We kind of want to see that these lows get taken, engineer highs. I don't want to see highs get taken. Sure, there's S&T, but we're waiting till 10, guys. Expansion from no specific place on the 15. Check out the 10. Immediate rebalance there. 5. Yeah, there's these two damn close candles, but that's not an order block. This is not a bullish order block. Maybe on the 1 minute. There's there's 1 minute SMT right there and there. But it's not enough for me. I hope it fails, unless you're in a long, and I hope it plays, but I hope it fails just to prove the point that this SMT doesn't mean anything. The candle's still forming on the higher time frame. Like it's just a 1 minute SMT. Unless wait, did ES swept sell side, then that's different. Sorry, I should have probably started with that. If ES swept, yes, ES didn't hadn't taken any lows yet. Just on the 1 minute. I want to see this low get taken. Okay, what would be amazing, this is some clarity, is if we take out this 830 low on one asset, hopefully ES because it's weaker right now, and then we can potentially look for longs. That would be pretty nice of a setup for me. So far the S&P holds. So let's mark out, 15 minute. We'll mark out these two lows. That's your 15-minute sell side. And we're just going to have to wait for one of those lows to get taken before I long. Honestly, we're just going to fade out all the shorts. Fade shorts. We did take out 902 low there. But it's just not good enough. What is that behavior? It's called No News Friday, Drawn Liquidity Met Thursday, Chop. That's what it's called. We are in the macro now, which the macro doesn't look like it's going to deliver a long setup. You would want to see a low get taken. So we wait. We wait. It's all good, yo. I think it should go higher as well off the 4 hour. Look out the 902 low. I do like that SMT. I don't want to trade it like that, you know? Like, I want to trade it like that. I'm going to wait for 10 a.m. Nice. We have a great SMT. You could long and just put your candle right there, the stop loss there. Low risk. But I really kind of want to see sell side get swept, or I don't know, maybe a fair value gap. Look out these lows. Like, there was a nice setup at 830, like to be honest. After taking the sell side here and expanding, came back to the fair value gap. And we chopped the hell of a lot, but will you go to sell after 10 the previous high swap? Probably not, but we'll have to see. Like I'll have to reconsider if that's what happened. I'll have to replan. Right now I'm focused on my one thing. I'm focused on my let's say 53 sweat. Oh, on ES. Maybe that's why we're going lower. Well, we tapped into the hourly bearish fair value gap. So I passed 3. I passed 3. That's kind of what I'm looking for too. I want to see the next 10 a.m. candle to be a potentially open, low, high close. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. So obviously I'm gonna wait for 10. Yeah, with Top Step X you just copy trade. Like they're all linked. So these are the 3 fundeds, and then my 2 combines. They're almost past. I have only 900 more, so maybe I'll get those 2. I'm not gonna pay the activation fee though until I get a payout. I don't want to like use all my like money. But yeah, you just settings copy trader, just automatically does it for you here. So it's not bad. 50K, they're all 50K. I personally don't want to get one more than 50K because one, I feel like I would have to over risk to pass 2,000. The daily drawdown is 1,000. Or actually, I don't know if there is a daily drawdown once you pass liquidity creation. I mean, yes, on both sides right now. What's up, Harlito? I said liquidity creation taking place. You're right. This is designed to trip people up. And we're waiting till 10. You just woke up and you go back to sleep, bro, because you ain't missing shit. How long have you been learning and come to actually trading? I only learned, guys, once I left support and resistance. I learned for 3 months. When I say 3 months, I mean like 3 months for, I'm not even joking, guys, probably on average a minimum of 8 hours a day. In 3 months, I watched 2022 mentorship twice, core content once, and back tested over like 200 trades. And then I demo traded for around 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, I passed a combine that I like ran. I had a paper account and I set it to the principles of the combine on Top Step. Once I passed it, I was like, okay, I just gotta do that again. And then I did. What's up, Amy1338? Sunny, good day, brother. Did you watch 24/4? Of course, bro. Just dropping gems right now. Of course I did. And I still am. I like to watch them after. I don't like to watch it live. Well, obviously because I'm trading, but I also just like to watch it on my own time. The SMT is currently holding. Yeah, I like to watch it too. It's really nice. It is, even if you don't like I'm not gonna change my model. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna start trading 7 a.m. Look, but it's nice. It's nice to watch. He says some good things too. You learn a lot. Sometimes you realize. Sometimes it just a lot of the time he'll like reinforce something that I already knew. Good luck, Joe. Good luck, Jacob. It is a strong SMT, but took out a high there. It's a strong SMT. I would want to see this down close candle support price. So we just tapped in. Oops. Down close candle support price. Looks good. Then again, like we also have these. It's so bad. I have no idea where it's going. This is a great question, bro. Which FEG to take? There's a couple things. For starters, I can tell you what I do. First of all, I pay attention to the ones that are forming right in front of me. Obviously, those ones matter. In terms of old fair value gaps, right? I made a video on imbalances and how I use it. So honestly, the liquidity video I talk about kind of talks about how stop that break even. That's okay, bro. It's a good job for you going break even there. I'm not even trying to promote myself. I specifically posted videos on how I use. Could you have gone for a long run keyword to risk it off the FEG? Which FEG? Okay, let's answer James' question. Do you only so first of all, yes, I use bias and narrative, of course, and drawn liquidity. In terms of which fair value gap to use, it's all about this higher time frame PD rate, right? I'm interested in like for example the 1 minute fair value gap that forms right after taking a 15-minute low, right? At around a good time. So in my trading window where you're expecting volatility and directional movement, right? So if we take out 15-minute sell side and we form a 1 minute bullish fair value gap and I'm bullish and the drawn liquidity is higher, that's the fair value gap, you know? Like that's the one, right? For example, this bearish fair value gap. This bearish fair value gap is not the one. It's not the one for me. I don't give a shit about this bearish fair value gap. Yeah, it might come in here. Yeah, maybe come take out the low. That's not my fair value gap. I don't care. We're just doing nothing right now. That fair gap doesn't matter. I care about the fair value gap that forms after the higher time frame PD rate tag. In terms of the higher time frame, I'll pretty much look at them all, right? There's an hourly down here, right? We could potentially wick into here. We don't have a large range, so it's maybe not possible, right? I'm interested in the 4-hour one because that's the one we already tapped into. Nope, no trade for me, Richard, yet. If you're bearish, you take that displacement short. I personally wouldn't. What I would have done if I was bearish, I would have shorted this hourly fair value gap right here. So let's go back and see what happened here at the hourly bearish fair value gap. If I was bearish, I would have looked to short this. So what happened? We tapped in, right? This is 2 up close candles tapping into a key level, sweeping buy side. This is your chain of state of delivery. Look at that. We pretty much respected that really nicely. Where would you target? You could target the hourly low. 15-minute sell side. That's a setup right there. If you were bearish, right? Hourly fair value gap. There was no fair value gap formed. Maybe look at the 2-minute. Was there one there? No. 3-minute? No. So there's your only order block, and not many PD rates formed right there. But we have a high, low, higher, high, lower, low. The breaker's forming right there. So if you're bearish, this could be your second stage entry. So yeah, it could be your second stage entry if you're bearish. If you think these lows are going to get taken, that's a fair assumption right there, right? I'm bullish. My model, I want to see these lows get taken and then potentially look for longs. Oh, perfect, James. That's good. A higher time frame PD rate, for me, makes a big difference. If there's no tag on a higher time frame PD rate, then I'm not even looking to trade because you gotta like fractalize your model, right? You can't just be like, ooh, 1-minute displacement. Yeah, but what if that 1-minute displacement up is into a 15-minute bearish fair value gap? Are you still believing that 1-minute displacement, or? So, anyways, we're still waiting. Okay, we're finally coming down. Bless me. Yeah. So this is kind of what I want to see. I want to see a bullish 10 a.m. candle. I may be wrong, but if I'm gonna trade, I'm gonna be trading in the favor of it. In favor of the potential 10 a.m. bullish candle. Now this candle is very bearish, but in order to have a break, I mean, it's not really a concept up to discussion. You 100% have to have a market structure set. Liquid breaker block is literally. I'm gonna simplify it for so many people because I remember I couldn't identify it quickly. It's a liquidity sweep, market structure shift. That's all it is. Liquidity sweep, market structure shift. If there's no market structure shift, there's no breaker. It needs to be a market structure shift. Does that make sense? So look for a liquidity sweep, look for a market structure shift. If that happens at a key level, you have a high probability breaker block. Look at that. Liquidity sweep, market structure shift. That's all it is. That's why it's high probability, because right after taking out liquidity, which means you're probably not going to be liquidity if you just enter a trade. Just tapped into the right now. If you sell that high time, you never can, but you do think you really can't. Yeah, unless you're a scalper and you're using like second charts. Like, I'm sure some people have model like liquidity sweep breaker, high, low, higher, high, lower, low. Yes, this is a breaker, right? Paired up with a fair value gap, that's a unicorn. You could just trade every single unicorn, but a lot of unicorns fail, and I'm not comfortable losing. I want to lose knowing that I have a high probability trade. At 10 a.m. bullish candle in 1 minute? No, it wouldn't be like that. I still have to. That's what I want to see. But I still have to be proven that that's going to happen, right? So what would I need to see? I would want to see the sell side get swept. Right now we have equal lows, so I'm not longing. I want to see this get taken. I know there's SMT there though, so right, 9 a.m. low, 9 a.m. low. If we inverse this, yeah, maybe. I don't want to really equal lows right there. The SMT kind of messes things up. I would really want to see these lows get taken. I'm not gonna lie. And then maybe if we inverse this later on, we can look for a long. That is a nice order block that just formed. This could be your potential reversal. If it is, we're just gonna have to wait for second stage entry. 10 a.m. candle. We just have equal lows perfectly right there. Almost perfectly. But it is SMT. Yeah, that's your long. I mean, in hindsight, it did work out pretty nicely, right? That order block. Look at that, we came back in perfectly. It would have been pretty low risk of a trade too, right? If you entered on the order block. Stop loss at the SMT. 2.6 RR. This would have been the trade I took if I took that. Yeah, it's not bad. There was an inversion. Like, it's hard to take that because, I mean, I guess there's the S&P, but like, let me see ES. ES didn't even have the inversion really. So it's like really hard to take that. That's, that's kind of hindsight study. But I see it, kind of. Right? We could potentially wait for like a 3-minute fair value gap or something to form here. 2-minute fair value gap forming. But now the RR is not that good. 2-minute fair value gap forming. It's also the 1-minute fair value gap. Like, yeah, we could long this fair value gap. Something like this. I'm just looking at the risk. B135 for 3 micros. All right, let's give it a go. I like this. We'll give it a go. I know ES already tapped in, so we might have no fill. My stop loss is gonna cover if we inverse. I'll put it like right here. We might not get a fill. ES already tapped in. It could be TP1. Beautiful equal highs. We're not getting a fill, huh? ES already tapped in. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. We're not getting a fill here. Could look to take this down close candle. Stop loss at the low. Target the high. Quick scalp. Took out this thing there, so I think I'm gonna cancel this limit. I'm gonna cancel this limit because we took out that first high. Not that I would have closed there, but I don't want to enter this trade after a liquidity sweep higher. It loses probability. We could look maybe for a market buy if we get a nice respect to the fair value gap. We just tapped in. Like maybe if we close up, you know what I'm saying? And stop loss at that low. All right, let's go for it. Don't reverse the position. Let's see. Can we get a quick TP? Looking for continuation off the idea. Stop loss at that 1 minute candle that just got closed above. Very low risk trade. Looking for a run up above this high. Opinion on EU. I want to see how it stops too tight. That's where my stop loss is, brother. If it stops me, it stops me. I want to see this down close candle support price. We'll give it like a couple ticks, which is what I did on this account. So we'll give it a couple ticks. We're looking to take two off here, but based on this candle, I feel like we're probably gonna get stopped here. So let's see. So playing off this fair value gap where we missed our entry to continue price might like to retest. If it retests, then we're getting stopped. Potential SMT is gonna form right here. I think ES is gonna swoop this low. In hindsight, I probably should have closed the break even there because this is might come take the low, but it's already low risk, so we shall let it go. I'm happy with the stop loss here. Not the best RR. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best RR. It should run higher, but I might get souped here. But because ES is closer to the soup, and that's just a failure swing now. So that high, this low is protected. We're looking to take two off here, guys. Honestly, though, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not really happy with this trade. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not like. I mean, we're probably gonna TP. Feels good. I feel like not really rewarded though, you know. But it is low risk. Did you take this on your? Of course, yeah. Every trade you see me take on TradingView, I mean, not every trade, but almost every trade. Let's take our first partial. Why did you enter buy? I bought after we closed above this fair value gap. So obviously I've been leaning for long this whole time, right? We entered this fair value gap. Didn't even make 50% of the range. Your TP level was good. Yeah, it's a quick TP. Hopefully we can hit it. I mean, we haven't hit it yet. So I'm taking two off. So I know it looks like here. Let me actually adjust this to the right. We might just fail swing that right there. I'm tempted to just take off two here. I think I kind of deserved the out. Like we really should just be running through that high. Let's let it go. It's just a fluctuation. We'll trail our stop here. We're taking two off right here. So I'm gonna, oh shit, as soon as it runs through that high, we're taking two off. So right there, guys, I took two off. I have one runner. My runner is right here. And we're gonna leave a runner. What could we potentially aim for? These equal highs. We could just aim for 1030. We have one runner, guys. I'm not really proud about this. I wouldn't break even. I would keep my runner there, to be honest. My stop loss there. I mean, if we form another fair value gap, that's a different story. Original consolidation. We could put our stop loss here. Yeah, we'll go break even on this one. Okay, we're break even. We have one runner, guys. 18,652. Possible. London high is possible, but I don't want to. I don't want to hold this trade like, like, I kind of just want to keep it my style. I'm happy with these equal highs. It also depends on the time, right? But let's see how this goes. We don't even know if it's gonna run up there yet. ES just took the high, so it's also pretty choppy. But I mean, listen, the one thing I am proud about, we think about EU, I think EU is gonna go up. I'm waiting for this to add to my position. I'm currently in longs from some 5 minute fair value gap from yesterday, to be honest. It's so choppy. Where did I enter long from? I entered long right here. So my position is here. I entered a small position here. I'm looking to add my swing position after we close above this order block. Where would I expect after? This buy side, or at least for DXY to take out this sell side. So I'm thinking of how do you not just greedy enter on minis? Bro, how am I not greedy? I can't handle that shit, bro. What do you mean how am I not greedy? That's too much risk, bro. I just took 1 month to pass these three accounts because I was in severe drawdown. Which 1 month is not bad, by the way, but um nice bull call, gotta trust you more. Hey man, no, you gotta trust yourself more, right? If you wanna learn together, improve together, that's one thing. But if you wanna you gotta trust your call, brother. That's how you're gonna improve. That's how I improved. I trusted my calls. When they didn't work, I learned. When they worked, I improved. You gotta trust your calls. Was nice displacement. That was nice displacement, right? I will say that entry, I'm not proud of how long I've been trading for. I've been trading for. So I started live trading in January 1st. How long has my journey been? About over a year. Why did you think that 1 minute fair value gap would work? Great question, brother. Great question. We tapped into midnight open. The 15 minute just closed, so what would I expect? Open low high close now. We tapped into the 5 minute. The stop loss is not really good, but we'll leave it there. We already took two off. Like it doesn't have to be the best. That not be kind of 2 minute breaker. I will tell you. So let's answer all these questions. How do I not get greedy? I'm not comfortable risking that much, bro. Was a nice displacement. It was a nice displacement. I'm not happy with that entry. I did not get a good entry. If I believed in myself, I would have put the limit right here. I'm happy that I waited for confirmation, but it ended up being a large slip, right? That's 33 points, guys, that we missed out on right there. 33 points. So it's not like a small feat, right? We could have, like, because I didn't trust myself too much, right? The reason being was these equal lows, but there was S&P. So why did I think this fair value gap would hold? I got you, bro. So the entire time I said I was expecting a bullish 10 a.m. candle, right? You guys remember that? So obviously I was waiting for 10 a.m. In doing so, what did 10 a.m. do? Formed S&T right here. This is S&T. You can see, which I should have trusted more, right? If I trusted this a lot, I would have taken this long right here. This is a beautiful long order block. S&T 10 a.m. candle, open, high, low, close. That's your order block entry long. Take out buy side. You would have got filled for 84 points. And if right now you'd be up a lot more than 84 points. So after we formed a fair value gap, right? You're expecting that fair value gap to hold, playing off the whole idea until buy side is taken. Looks like we might get stopped to break even here. Immediate risk because the reason it's going to be stopped is because it would be an immediate rebalance of the 5 minute fair value gap, which just unless it formed as a 5 minute breaker, a 5 minute. So someone said, is there a breaker? There's a 5 minute breaker right here, low, high, lower, low, higher, high, which we're tapping into right now. Which I can't really move my stop. It doesn't make sense. I mean, we can just break even, give our stop some room, because I realized I'm looking at the dollar value now. It's literally like $10, so there's really no point. So potentially this 5 minute immediate rebalance can send us higher. And someone says there a breaker on 2 minute. Yes, there is. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high. That's your breaker. So not that clean, but it's there. All right, guys. The immediate rebalance is right there. Can we just survive this and let the runner go? Done for the day. I'm also done for the day after this. Our stop loss is right there, guys. I really can't put it any lower than like we're just trying to survive this 5 minute immediate rebalance. I'm not gonna that's your immediate rebalance 5 minute, right? And 5 immediate rebalance. So what does that mean? It's basically like a fair value gap, except it forms before it forms. Does that make sense? I would want to see this inverse. I would want to see this inverse, guys. If this inverses, I think we're in the money. So far, it does not look like it's going to inverse. That was a nice leg, but it's been ranging all day, right? We don't have to run up these highs, especially not yet. We did tap into a 1 minute bullish fair value gap here. So let's see. I want to see that inversion. That's your 5 minute immediate rebalance. Maybe we get a soup. 1017, 1017. How are we up 100 ticks? I got a pretty bad fill on my other account, guys. I got a better fill here. Pay yourself, brother. It's Friday. I already took 2 off, yo. So we're up 150 on the day. That's more than enough for me. With 3 accounts, that's a lot more than, right? I'm happy with that. We're leaving our runner. Market's been volatile, but look at the month. Bro, this month is already one of the largest movement months. And like look at these. Like, look at this one, Pug. This one, 2,857. That's a pretty big candle, right? This one was 2,400 already in like the first week. For an August, that's crazy. Look at this one. This one's 2,400. And we got that in the first week. That's crazy. Okay, pretty much our last, like, I got stopped out. But I made 1%. That's nice, bro. 1% is good. We take those. All right, we're just hoping we don't get souped. You need $5,200 days? No, you don't need that. Who said that? You don't need that. You can withdraw as long as you have 5 winning days. I want to see this inverse, guys. We could potentially see like a soup and go. That would be nice. If I see a soup and go and it looks like it's in a form of SMT, then I will lower my stop because I think it means 5 days of $200. Oh, 5 $200 days. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry. I thought you were saying you know what? That's a good point. Because I could have considered this a $200 day if I TP'd. That's a really good point. So I would need $60. I'm only up 40 right now if you guys want to see. That's a good point. Right now I'm only at 142, so if I technically want this to be a winning day, but I'm not gonna let that affect my trading. No, I can't let that affect my fuck those rules, bro. I mean, it makes sense for a payout, but hey, I'm just here to trade the best way I know how. We just soup this high 1018. ES just tapped into the 1 minute bearish. Maybe we get a soup lower, bro. 60p, 405, 400. Yeah, like that's an annoying rule. How much buffer are you gonna build? As soon as I'm above 2,000, I'm gonna withdraw. And every time I get eligible for a payout above 2,000, I'm gonna withdraw. That's my plan. Hopefully that plays out how I want to. So even if it's 2,100, I'm taking out 300. We're always gonna. The goal is to leave a buffer of 2,000 every time, because that's like anywhere from 15 to 20 trades. I don't usually, like, 200 is my max. I don't want to risk 200 per trade. I don't want to risk 200 per trade. That's not me. If you guys notice, very nice OTE entry right there. I mean, I will say one thing. Our patience was good. We predicted price pretty well. I'm honestly not that happy with my entry, and looks like we're rejecting. Nice. That's not nice. It looks so good for a second, right? We were forming a bullish or value gap, inversion, everything. No, looks like we might get a soup. All that hype. I was about to go off on like how I was so proud or whatever, but it's pretty choppy. So we could just close 70. 2K profits and you apply for draw 1K. No, I would leave 2K as a buffer always. That's how I'm gonna do it. My brother shining. Thank you, bud. I mean, we've been predicting really well, right? We were patient. We said we're gonna wait for 10. I kind of missed this a little, like I was a little iffy about it, but I mean, that's okay. Okay, let me, okay, this is gonna stop me break even. For my last runner, by the way, we already took two off. The last runner looks like we're gonna get a soup here. So see, now that it looks like we're gonna get a soup, I'm gonna lower my stop very slightly. We're basically just break even, completely break even now. The reason being, okay, we're getting full stop out anyways. Okay, we are out. So plus 150 only. I didn't even get to, like, we're gonna get souped, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's gonna, yeah, see? Like, I kind of knew this was gonna happen. Yes, tapped in there, and then we probably go up. We could enter one micro with stop loss at the low right here. Not a bad idea. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, guys. If we get the rebalance. I didn't enter on my account. I'm waiting. I know I entered here, but we didn't enter. I'm waiting to see a close above opening price of this candle. And we'll just put our stop loss here. We're gonna, there's, I'm okay risking this 150, playing off the same idea. Oh, ES took London highs? Did it actually? In case of paper trading. No, I didn't, bro. Why are you lying, bro? Okay, ES took London highs. You got lying, bro. Making me check. What model did you use your entry today? It was just a fair value gap. Okay, yeah, so we definitely won't be entering. Oh, EU. Wait, oh, EU rallied up? I didn't get an alert. EU, not yes. I was gonna say, bro. I was like, what guys? This guy checking. So plus 150. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, why didn't I get alerted? Um, yep, this is nice. I like this. I'm already in longs, but I'm gonna probably add position. Something like this. I'm hoping. I'm looking. If there's a 1 minute inversion there, I'm gonna add in. We're gonna look for something like this. Something like this. I mean, we shouldn't take out that hourly low, to be honest. Guys, if we invert this little one thing, I'm gonna enter with stop loss at the low. Just right here. Well, you know what? Actually, hold on. Let's chill for a bit. So we managed to close profits there. We have a 15-minute bullish forming on ES. Where did you go long from on EU? So I entered yesterday on the 5 minute off the hourly fair value gap. It was right here. I entered the first part of my swing position off this hourly fair value gap. This big one, the orange box. So I entered around right here on the 5 minute time frame. So right there. Yeah, here I entered. And then I'm gonna re-enter on the major part of my swing off the order block on the hourly if it forms. I need to close above. I think we just don't trade. I kind of want to, like, what I'm trying to do here is I want to enter one with a stop loss at this low after the soup. I feel like that was a high probability soup, but there's no SMT because ES never tapped into this fair value gap. Right? That low is pretty strong. I want to see like some confirmation though. At least a change of state of delivery or something. Because we are also in the 15-minute bearish respecting. And if we keep ranging like this, I also don't want a long when there's a 15-minute fair value gap below. Bro, are you a better trader than trying to have passive issues just doing stop loss? Oh, you are? I mean, I don't want to compare, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I compare myself a lot. We also had an immediate rebalance here, so we might not. Versus maybe then we can enter? Maybe, but I don't know if I would long this just because ES has a 15-minute fair value gap right here. So there's a good chance ES just taps in. balance. We can potentially look for a re-entry off the same trade. Let's wait and see the 15-minute fair value gap on ES. Right now we have SMT at the low. Entering a long here is not the best idea, but this would be a high probability silver bullet potentially. Let's just wait and see. We might not enter, guys. We already took a trade and we secured some profits. But whoever said the $200 thing, I mean that's a good point. If I knew that, would I have just full closed? I don't know. Yeah, because technically, I mean, yeah, it's a winning day. We made 150 on each account. But is it technically a winning day? Technically, a winning day is 200. But by the way, we're probably going to get like 7 winning days. How much do you make on 50 points? Let's see. You'd make $304.50. I think we're going to get a soup. You know, that's a fair assumption. Yeah, I'm probably going to get 5 winning days anyway by the time I get to 2,000. So let's just focus on reading price here. That's a fair assumption, Orwa. That definitely can happen. If you're bearish, it can happen. Yeah. Okay. The 15-minute fair value gap, guys. If we get SMT inside the 15-minute fair value gap right at 10:30, to me that's a high probability re-entry. Now we have the higher time frame PD array, right? We're still, I didn't change, right? This open low, we're still expecting high close. 10:30 is not a macro, but 10:30 is where you would expect kind of bulk distribution. So let's see. Hammy, thanks for coming by the way, bro. Love you, man. And yeah, don't compare. Like, it's not really nice to like. I'm not gonna lie. I have been watching Tanya's streams and I've been seeing like how she's been doing. She manages her positions really well. I don't trade the same way as her. I kind of look to capture the bulk of the New York session, 9:30 to 11. Like that bulk 9 a.m. candle and then to 10 a.m. That's kind of what I look to capture. I don't think she's the same. Okay, look how we tapped into the 15-minute, guys. Now we can get a high probability order block if we close above here. Yo, listen, trading's hard, bro. It's not good to compare. Trading's already hard, bro. Everyone's doing. She's gotten a lot. She's doing really good. She's a good trader. Do we get SMT though? Doesn't look like we're gonna get SMT. We'd have to start wicking this fair value gap. I mean, 1003 low. Maybe we get SMT there. I would need to see this inverse, guys, and then I would look to re-enter. I'm happy, like whatever. I'm happy risking some of the profits we made today. An SMT here would have been beautiful. There is no SMT. But this would show signs like an early low, 2 minutes in the 15-minute fair value gap, a 15-minute open low high close potentially. Almost there for an SMT. Not quite. You're going to a discount OTE of this range. Right there. I still need to see some confirmation though. I would need to see this inverse. This would be low, high, lower, low. This would be a nice high probability breaker. You could long the inversion expecting the breaker to form. Bro, sometimes this magnet thing is so annoying. That's not even 2R though, but I mean your stop loss wouldn't be there. You could put your stop loss at the inversion low. That's a shitty entry. Like you have to really mark it by the inversion if you want to participate in this with high probability. Good call today at the same setup. Nice, bro. good. I might look to re-enter similar things. 15-minute fair value gap on yes. Let's see. We might not take another trade. And we already took one. We don't need to get greedy. But that was a good break even by us. I mean, in terms of it ended up playing out. I would have loved an SMT there, but again, no SMT. They're so in sync. It's crazy. Still waiting for Euro. If we get an hourly fair value gap, that's nice. Or a close above. Oh, nice. Just perfect equal lows. Not an SMT, but I mean, it kind of is. Technically, it is, but I don't want to see those lows get taken. Look at the bodies respecting that candle so far. I mean, they're respecting the fair value gap. Really interesting. Oh, we got an SMT, guys. Look at that. 5 second, 15-second SMT. Look at the bodies respecting that 1 minute fair value gap. If we get a low, high, lower, low, higher, high, we could just get a small breaker here on like the 30-second time frame. It looks so choppy. There goes the SMT. All that for nothing. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna go higher, guys. We might even inverse, take out the 10 a.m. low. Just that was a nice run. London's just a little bit out of the scope for today. I guess we've been ranging. So a good close by us there. What's up, Goosebumps? Swing points always have some type of SNG. It can still be a good swing point. The SNG just kind of confirms. But how did you add the title above your chart like you wrote narrative? I got you, bro. So you're gonna go to indicators. You're gonna search up AGFX. You click it, and then you can edit the settings. It's pretty simple. So these are my settings. I put my bias. I put my name, Gatie Trades, and then I also put the my model. Returning to that original order block. Well, it doesn't look like we're respecting the 15-minute yet. Oh. Wouldn't mind something like this, actually. Like, even just like that, a close above. Expecting it to a wick. If we form a bullish fair value gap here, I think I'm happy to take it. If we form a bullish fair value gap here, I think it's going to be a... I think I like this, guys. I think this is going to form a breakaway gap. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to get greedy. You know, I was going to market buy right there. But because we had the immediate rebalance right here. Okay, we had it on both. Like, notice how ES is still forming the bullish fair value gap. It didn't rebalance right away. That's a sign of a potential breakaway gap. But I'm not out here going to try and predict the breakaway gap. So let's just see. Oh, there's no SMT. This is technically your order block. See, it is kind of forming a breakaway gap. If we inverse this, I think I'm happy with this, guys. I was pretty much profitable from day one. I did enough studying. All right, guys, we're gonna go in 2 micros. Stop loss at the low. And it looks like so far, not gonna lie, terrible reaction. Let's see if ES respects this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. If not, we're probably gonna end break even on the day. Well, let's see. Looks like we are definitely getting stopped out. And you know what's crazy? It looks like it's gonna form SMT as well. It looks like we're gonna get souped. Souped. What is your mentorship and your model? So what your mentorship? What year mentorship? I mean, intriguing story. Asha, thank you, bro. But how did you add the title? Okay. Oh, you got it. Nice. So what? Someone said we're probably gonna lose this trade, guys. We're gonna get. I think we're gonna get stopped, and then it might play out. It might not. But I think we're definitely gonna get stopped. To be honest. I kind of just framed it off everything I learned from ICT. Immediate rebalance, and now it's gonna come for the stop loss. We could have closed it right there, but I'm tempted to like lower it in case of the soup. But you know what? It's fine. Let's just we put on the trade. We put on the risk. 1 tick below. Yeah, it might do that. But if that happens, we're just gonna get stopped out. It is what it is. We get a close above that candle. That's really good. Um, but I think it will probably take these lows. The volume imbalance right there. The volume imbalance is really close to my stop loss. So I hope it doesn't like hit the volume imbalance and then stop me out. See, I use the order block. But this is the lower time frame order block. This is technically not an order block because it did not sweep liquidity. But it would be a nice to close above. Okay, so someone said what year mentorship? I've watched pretty much every ICT video, gathered all the information, and made my own model. Pretty much my model is predicting where price is gonna go and when it's gonna go and where it's gonna go, and then I trade based off that. So this is my model. It's similar to 2022, kind of. I don't wait for a market structure shift, blah blah blah, whatever. Um, Going into the volume imbalance. Yes, forming a gap. I think we should have entered with 1 micro. Then I would have been able to lower my stop. A couple mistakes today by me. We'll have to journal all this stuff. Can ask how long. I was pretty much like I passed my first combine. I got a payout. Actually, no, I did not pass my first combine, but I got a payout on my first funded. How long did it take? Like, it took me about a month. Once I realized that there's a lot of psychology involved and I have a lot to do, I pretty much passed my first combine. I'd want to see a close above here. Um, it is the same continuation. Yeah, and there is the 1 minute fair value gap right there, and there's one right here too. See how it's like so choppy though. It's like going between the lines and. Okay, let's see. I want to see this get inversed. If this doesn't get inversed, guys, honestly, I might just break even. Because I'm already not that happy. I mean, I really can't break even. Break even is literally so close. Let's just see if this inverses. We gotta let this play out. If we fail to close above and fail to inverse, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get stopped out here. I'm pretty confident we're gonna get stopped out. Yeah, we just came in perfectly right there. There is a volume imbalance here. There is a bullish fair value gap right here, but I'm pretty confident we're gonna get stopped out. Buy the instant verified badge? Shit, I will. Once I have more money, I will. Sell, sell, sell? You're right. Realistically, it probably would TP you to my stop loss. I think we're just gonna get out here, guys. If it starts to wick higher, like it's only $20 now, but if we start to wick higher. We pretty much entered long on a continuation short. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna keep it there, but it's also just super choppy. There isn't much happening. Just let it hit the stop loss. When you started, how window in the beginning. So my story, I started support and resistance. It was awful. Learned ICT. Once I watched the first couple things of ICT, I fell in love. Started watching everything. I'd want to see it close above all this. I don't think it's gonna happen. If we get a chance to break even, I will. No, will I? No, I really won't. It's a 1 minute bearish fair value gap. I think everyone starts support resistance. Yeah, everyone does too. We didn't enter a good trade, guys. I mean, it could still play out, but I'm questioning. Like right now, I'm hovering -10. You guys can see this here. I'm questioning. Do I just close? Am I being greedy? Could have closed there. Like every time you expect it to come up, right? You say like, "Oh, this might be the time." Like it was actually right, but then every time it goes back down, you're like, "Yeah." Like now I'm kerfuffled. Like my mental's like, do I close here? That's it, break even. I thought I was wrong. But then again, I could see myself being right, you know? Like it's hard. You guys see like that mental struggle right there? What would you guys do? I don't know. Like I don't want to not. I would rather it stop me out. Like what the two scenarios of like it plays out and I was right, which in this case I don't even know because I didn't expect this chop. But let's say it plays out and I was right. Right? I'd rather be in that trade and just have trusted myself. That's that's right. So I'd want to see a bullish fair value gap here for him, but I don't even know. At the end of the day, well, I'd have to close right now. But I don't trade like that. Like I'm not trading for P&L, I'm trading to try and predict the markets. And there was a lot of chop there. Was I right? Am I wrong? If I just close here, if we get the inversion, then we're in the money, I think, for this low resistance liquidity. So I guess not the best. Like, we're definitely gonna journal about this. Like, you guys can see the emotional piece right there, right? Like, in my opinion, like yeah, the whole idea of the trade still valid, right? This stop loss is a valid stop loss, but there was a lot of coloring outside the lines there where I really thought for sure I was gonna get stopped. Like obviously we marked out the volume imbalance, but we could just close here, get out, and save my mental. We did form a bullish fair value gap though, so we inversed. I think we're in the money. I guess it's just not the best trading day, right? A lot of choppiness, a lot of wicking. At the end of the day, we caught a nice run, and I do think we come back around here. It wouldn't make sense to close now, but I am gonna break even this, trailing the stop to this breakaway gap. Assuming this fair value gap holds, we could also just close now, get out, and then go swimming. What do you guys think? Does that sound like a good idea? I kind of want to trust my idea. There's a nice fair value gap though. I'm gonna sit here and trust my idea. We'll break even. The thing is, the break even doesn't make sense because it's inside of a fair value gap. The break even doesn't even make sense. Check gold. Did we form two fair value gaps? We did form two fair value gaps. Okay, guys, we'll break even and we'll see. I'll check gold right now. So we're break even on this trade. Let's see if it plays out. That's all. That's it. That's it. I wouldn't want to see this inverse. It can wick into here. Hopefully it doesn't stop us on the wick. We're done. We're not. And then our TP's going to be at these highs. That's it. We're not adjusting anything anymore. Too much mental destruction. Gold. I'm bullish on gold. I wouldn't enter a position now. It's Friday, 10:50. But overall, I feel like these highs get taken out. Waiting on euro on the hourly fair value gap. We're getting a nice run. We never tapped into the fair value gap. Oh, ES tapped in actually. That's nice. Could just close here. Go swimming. I don't like closing before my idea is either convinced to be right or wrong, you know? In terms of the daily range, we're in a premium. Does that make sense? Like, I haven't been proven right yet. I took this trade expecting the hourly candle to close near the high. Again, a bullish candle, which would be like right here, which is where my TP is. But it's 1049. Does this macro deliver higher? Possibly. Do I want to find out? Is it greedy to not close? Do I just start journaling? Do I just close here? All of this is difficult. Did I miss any questions? The Insta verified badge. Yo, I have, like I'm sustainable, but I am buying no Instagram verified badge yet. I will one day, but not yet. Still have the breakaway gap right here. Yeah, like you see the mental struggle right there, right? Like it's hard. Like, do I just close? Do I wait for my idea to be proven right or wrong? What's gonna help me long term? Am I greedy right now? Am I just not being confident? Right? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I know you can't go wrong with just seeing if your idea is right or wrong, but it doesn't feel like a clean prediction. Like if you were watching yesterday's stream, yesterday we were on the fucking dot, bro. Stick to the plan. Yeah, the plan is to close around the end of the 10 a.m. candle, like in terms of time, expecting the hourly candle to close near the high. That's the plan, right? So as soon as we came back to like 50% of the hourly candle, right? So remember, we entered like over here. So this hourly candle was over here. It was almost not even bullish, but we're expecting it to be bullish, right? Expecting it to close higher because we think the drawn liquidity is higher. So we'd want to see that be pull as a magnet. I don't like that liquidity sweep. We should have ran through those highs. We'll give it like 10 seconds, but unless we start running. We also have SMT now, so like, do I really want to hold this? I think I'll trail my stop to this down close candle, guys. I think I'll trail my stop to this down close candle. Because of the SMT, and it's 10:52 now, so we could definitely just close right here. I'm gonna close. All right, guys, I closed. We are out. I dare you to expand right now. We're out, guys. It's fine. The reason I closed is one, the SMT, which is probably gonna break right now, right as I closed. And it's 10:52, so we definitely could just chop. It's running. Yeah, it's fine. We're done. It definitely could just chop. I feel like it could have chopped, and obviously now it's running above the highs as it closed. But I'm happy. I'm more than happy. SMT at 10:52. What is your top three entry? My top. I made a video on my favorite entry, and when I say favorite, I mean highest probability. That's 950 to 1010. Open high low close is sick. Yes, it is. So ended up, yeah. So there's no SMT anymore. But listen, I don't regret that TP at all because it's 1053. We could expect retracement. We could close right here. Like the hourly candle could close right there. Obviously, we broke the SMT and we'll probably come a little higher. But what is that? We missed out on what? 25. Am I going to agree for 25 fucking points? No, I'm not going to agree for 25 fucking points. We caught a nice trade. We made more than we did on the first trade with 2 micros, right? So we're up 350 on the day. I have nothing to hide. Took a long. As soon as we came back, we took another long. There was some emotion in there for sure. But I'm glad I didn't close. I trusted the position. You know, in hindsight, what's the hindsight study here? We're gonna journal all of this, and I'm gonna journal my emotions and everything, because that's how you improve. But in hindsight, I guess I shouldn't have been scared about this. Like you can't lie, guys. That's a scary reaction, right? Like we wicked a bearish fair value gap that we were expecting to inverse, and look where we closed. Like I knew there was a volume imbalance, but we trusted our low. I guess you can't say it's. I mean, you can say it's lucky, it's random. I don't think it is. I think we respected this order block. What was this breaker block? Same level. But someone said your favorite entry. I don't like the 2022 entry. I ain't gonna lie. Just reaction on our reverse heavy G. I just closed it. Oh, you took the same trade? Do you guys? Is anyone? Okay, I have a question, bro. Is there anyone here who literally just copy trades me? Like, they don't know what's going on. They just fucking click the button. I mean, I wouldn't care. At your own risk, obviously, as long as you don't come complain to me after. I'm just here to show my journey. But I am curious. Sibi meaning sell side, buy side? No. So Sibi, great question, brother. Sibi is a bearish fair value gap. I wouldn't recommend you doing that, but I don't know. What if you could just copy trade ICT for a living? I mean, it's not ideal, but shit, you would be really good. Sometimes it's similar ideas. Yeah, I mean, it also could just be like a trading group type of thing, So what type of stuff? I'll show you. I'm going to show you guys when I journal. I'm going to journal live every day. So someone said reaction of the hourly. It could be, yeah. We tapped in there a while ago, went down. We were right about the drawn liquidity. We were pretty much right about everything. A lot of emotion. You done trading? We're done trading for the day. We re-entered the trade that we basically just took the same trade twice. Both ended in win. There's S&T now. So I guess in hindsight, we could have closed right now. We would have secured what? Like 20. This is where I would have closed if I saw this and I was still in. 20. So we would have got an extra 30 points. That's fine. How much up? So we are up on the funded 350 on the day, which is 3 funded accounts, right? So, and the combine is almost past the other 2 combines. We need around 500 more. So not a bad day. But I'm not the most proud, right? Of today. I thought I'd become all the money, but 50K. 50% of the money. So I have some questions here. Let's answer them. So SIBI is a bearish fair value gap. It stands for sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Now I want you guys to understand this. Why is this a sell side imbalance? Well, first, it's an imbalance because there is an imbalance in price, right, between the 2 candles there. This delivery. Buy side inefficient. Why is it inefficient for buyers? Because buyers in this area, it was all selling. In this box, it's all selling. It's inefficient for buyers. So what does price tend to do? It tends to come back up, kind of say, I guess, rebalance or be efficient, like offer efficient delivery to buy side. So it comes up. But being that it formed on the sell side of the curve, you would expect it to go lower, right? So sell side imbalance, so it rebalances, and then it delivers efficient price delivery to the buy side, which are the buyers, and they come in, kind of like orders get paired there, long, because remember, orders are always being filled. Sell and buy orders are always being filled. I'm not saying that's moving price, but I'm saying buy side delivery will be shown here, right? It's different than buying, like moving price, not moving price, but it comes up into here, And then buy orders can occur here based on this sell side delivery, buy side inefficiency. So buy side will be delivered efficiently there. You would expect it to continue lower, but it gets complicated, right? Because there's always higher time frame. Like, oh, you see these two fair value gaps right here, right? Sure, but go to the 3 minute time frame, for example. It's just a 3 minute fair value gap, right? So this is kind of how the see how it's like, oh, it's all fractal. Like this, like see how we came down into a 3 minute fair value gap here. It looks like on a 1 minute we're making a 1 minute fair value gap, but really we're just coming down to the 3 minute buy side imbalance. So that's kind of how it works, right? So that's what it says: sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and then obviously the opposite, busy, means buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So same thing but opposite. We're done trading. So on Top Step, you can withdraw 50% of your profits. Only 50%. So if you make 2,000, you can withdraw 1,000. Once you have 30 winning days, they let you withdraw whatever you want. So that's kind of the goal. Every prop firm has some type of rule. You're up 300 as well. Nice, bro. Ethan, you're killing it, bro. Storm Scalp says good work, brother. Good work to you too, man. I'll tell you guys what I'm happy about. I'll tell you guys what I'm sad about. So let's journal this. I guess we can just go into journal. I'll show you guys. I talk to my journal just like it's a diary, bro. That's how I like to do it. Kind of get the emotions out and everything, you know? It makes a difference, guys. I swear it does. Payout series. Day 2. Trade 1 was a win. Trade 2 was a win. Now, I know I said 2 trades max per day. If trade 1 was a win, no more trades. I know it looks like I'm just adding a rule, but i.e., I'm entering off the same trade. Like that was a continuation of the same trade, right? I didn't hold that entire trade because of the choppiness. You cannot withdraw below 26. Yeah, that's the same for Apex. That was the same trade, guys. It came back to our entry. The reason I did that was because, right, like I wasn't gonna hold that whole trade. It came back to our entry a little bit lower, but it's the same trade idea based on just off the fact that this was so choppy. Like that was permissible. Like remember, we entered our first trade right here, guys, right? Do you guys remember that? We entered right here. So when price came back here, I don't want to get stop break even. So I took my profits here, let the runner go. But when price came back, the exact same trade idea. The 10 a.m. open, low, high, close. You still look for pullback long. What would I expect now? It's a great question. What do I expect now? Probably this high to get run. You're right. There was still a lot of room for longs. It's very choppy. Now that it's 11 a.m., right, it could definitely just consolidate, come back to equilibrium of this range. We have S&P at the highs. Like I'm still bullish. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still bullish. So this is basically where I was expecting, guys. See where this hourly candle closed near the high? That's basically why I took the trade. I was expecting the hourly to close near the high. So what's someone said? Yeah, we could take out the 10 a.m. high. And then maybe we take out the 10 a.m. high, then go back to equilibrium. Like I'm not, maybe this high is out of scope. Like, so we've moved 160 points since open, but the daily range is 280. Possible. I wouldn't like, I don't know if I would trade to it because like maybe if we inverse this or we formed another 15-minute bullish. Did we ever inverse the 15-minute bullish? No, so see, we also playing off this 15-minute bullish fair value gap too, right? On ES. So really it's the same trade. We entered here, then as soon as we formed a bit, we entered on this trade as well. So see this 15-minute candle? That's the trade we just entered. So I guess I really shouldn't have tripped up so much. How high can this go? Like I wouldn't long now. I don't know, to be honest. It's not as clean. You could enter another 15-minute fair value gap if it forms. I wouldn't enter in the first 15 minutes because like what would happen is if you enter a trade now, right, and then the 15-minute forms, you're gonna get most likely stopped out just because it's gonna want to trade into the 15-minute fair value gap, right? So don't trade like in a time like this. It's not good to trade, right? Because they're forming a 15-minute fair value gap. Just look at this. So if we enter a trade, let's say right now, right, then you're gonna have to deal with this potential pullback into the 15, which is the real trade. Which is why you want to wait for a higher time frame PD rate because you might enter a 1-minute fair value gap, but if the 15 is not in play and decides to play the 15, then you might just get stopped out, even though you're right. That's something that saved me from a lot of losses. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. You cannot withdraw below 52.6. You say, yeah, it's the same thing for Apex, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken. I don't know. Let's open up the journal. Okay, narrative. Daily was kind of unclear. Like, see, this is how I talk to my journal. However, I was expecting. See ya, Alpha. I'm just gonna journal and I'm done. You think it's gonna like the bearish SMT will go lower to go higher later? Possible. I think it would keep chopping maybe and then tap into the 15, then continue higher. Like we're still forming this 15. It doesn't have to, right? It could tap into a 5 minute. Maybe it'll go lower. Like I think lower than higher is a fair assumption, but it's not my trade. It's not my model. I study 11 to 12, yes. What I notice is a couple things. Usually, some of the time, I can't lie, lunch just continues the New York move unless the objective is met. So whatever 10 a.m. closed, like sometimes 12 will make the high instead of actually, or sorry, like 11 to 12 will distribute the same way. So a lot of the time, the high is formed at lunch. How to learn your model? It's just narrative, draw liquidity, high time confirmation. How do you learn it? My model's not hard. The model's hard. I mean, ICT is not hard. A lot of people say like you need to have. I don't have one entry PD rate, so that's kind of what separates me from other people. Is a lot of people they're like they wait for a fair value gap or they wait for an order block. To me, I don't really care what forms the entry PD array, right? Because like ICT said, there's 81 PD arrays and you can use any one of them. I don't see why you would wait for just one. Like if everything is in place, like yo, I think it's gonna go higher. I think this is gonna happen. The timing is right. The distribute, but then there's no inversion fair value gap. You're just what not gonna trade. To me, that doesn't make sense. To me, that doesn't make sense. So looks like it's taking out more highs. That's okay, bro. We took 2 wins today. Do I pass? Oh, we're on the funded now, bro. So we have 3 fundeds. We took a win yesterday and a win today. The other 2 accounts, they're almost passed. So we passed 3, 2 more to pass. We're up on the funded. How to learn my model? My model is simple. I basically try to predict where price is gonna go and when. Right? If you can predict where and when, everything else falls into place very easily. But today's the last date. Today what? Yeah, but we already passed, bro. We're good. We're done. We're in the money. We passed. And I didn't even over risk, by the way, which is a nice feeling. Like I didn't full pour, half pour, like I said I was going to. I didn't end up needing to. Now that we took out the buy side, we could potentially see lower. Like, see, it's not clean as it is right here. I still like, yeah, high of days in the scope. Maybe PM session, maybe lunch. In the scope, I've been bullish, but again, it's not clear. I'll tell you what's gonna be even more not. Next week's gonna be even more not clear, especially Monday. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. If we close inside this fair value gap, like maybe you just expect higher. Maybe the drawn liquidity previous week low. I remember in the beginning of the stream we marked out this low for potential weekly, but I guess we'll see. We're trading above the weekly open, which is nice. See you, brother. Let's look at Ethereum. See, there was a 1 hour fair value gap. This is longable. DXY goes lower. Inverse that. See you, Ethan. I'm just gonna journal and I'll be going for a swim. So, the betting for trade one. This is how I do it. For trade one, So remember that first trade we took, guys, and I'm gonna go back and label everything. Trade 1, there was sell side liquidity raid, so there's a 15-minute low, and for trade 2, there's an M15 fair value gap. For time, it's 10 a.m. open, low, high, close for trade 1. And how did I use time on my second trade? I will show you guys. I will tell you guys. It was 10:30 a.m. So I wasn't expecting a 10:30 reversal. I was expecting 10:30 continuation. So trade 2, 10:30 a.m. Equation class 7 8 distribution. Confirmation. Let's go back and label our chart. Let's put in our P&L for the day. We're up 354. Okay, let's go back and label our charts. So this is I do this. This is how I do this. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. This was our first trade. So this right here was SMT, if you guys remember, which is a 15-minute sell side raid. We entered our first trade right there. So we're gonna go back and say M15 sell side raid on ES. So let's get rid of this. Right? This is your buy side liquidity, which is what we were targeting. Where did we enter? It's pretty much this inversion fair value gap. We got filled actually right here. So this inversion. So I guess actually I won't mark the inversion because technically we entered on this fair value gap. Label this as 15. Pretty much entered on this bullish fair value gap. Although we could have entered here, which is maybe where we should have. But I'm going to label it how I took it, right? So buy side liquidity pool. This is everything you need to know about the trade I took. We entered on the BISI. This was the higher time frame PD ray. And we took out buy side liquidity. Have you tried how often your bias is right? I say around 80%. I think it might be more, to be honest, bro. I think it might be more. Some days I won't lie, like I'm completely wrong, and we learn. Which, how did I learn? It's from the journal, right? When I lose, I say what was my narrative, and then I say what actually happened, because I'm able to go back and say, oh, that's what really was going on. It's easy for me to learn every single time I'm wrong, right? Does that make sense? That's why it's important to journal, because I'll like go in my journal and say, oh, I was expecting 10 a.m. open, low, high, close, but really, right, the weekly profile, this, and then I learn. So this is trade number 1. I guess, should we just label trade number 2 in the same? Let's do trade number 2 again. Where did we enter trade number 2? It was right. That's not clear as hell. I can't believe I entered a trade in this, but there was a fair value gap on ES, which is what I entered on. So it was right here, the inversion fair value gap. I see it now. Was that it? Let's just label the trade here. Oh, it was the order block, actually. That's what I ordered on. There was an order block right here. That's what I entered on, CISD. And we were targeting this buy side liquidity, but we did not, oh shit. But we did not TP there, closed early, so we have to label that as well. So we closed early. We ended up closing here. But really, we closed somewhere here, but that was the idea of the close. So CISD is where we enter trade 1. Trade 2. I guess we can go back and put in the P&Ls. P&Ls. One. Our stop loss held. So there is my journal. This is what's going in my journal. Let me add a couple things here. So for starters, 10% FUG on the S. The high time frame PD array. Put that right here. Right? So every trade needs a higher time frame PD array. So everything FUG was a higher time frame PD array. And here there was use outside select below. You know what? Let me just not write that. What we'll do is mark out 10 a.m., which is this candle right here. Discipline to your rules is amazing. See you Monday. Thank you, brother. See you Monday, brother. We'll be here. Appreciate you. We did follow the rule. Yeah, right. You gotta have a high time frame PD array. There's your 10 a.m. So this is what's going in my journal. So we will be, you know what, let's find this on our screen. There, I like this. Because I'm gonna post in the Discord the journal too. Okay, so now we open up the journal. So confirmation was trade 1, there was a BISI / inverted fair value gap. Trade 2, there was a CISD. Chain of state delivery plus, I think it was just the order block actually that we entered off of. But I have to check ES. I think there was a BISI on ES. Oh, plus the original breaker. Plus the original. I guess I never marked out that breaker, but it's fine. Now we go in, put that in. Now this is where I do most of my journaling. I don't know who's here. I know this is the boring part, but if someone's still here, so this matters. So the comments. 1, the narrative was right, but it was a lot of chop. Coloring outside the line that made me doubt myself. Fluctuations stayed true to my stop loss and idea. Besides closing early on 10:52 a.m. S&P on trade 2. Of course I use it. Yep, you got it. Of course. It's a big part of my model. It's in the back of my mind. I know I didn't mark it, but we can go back and you see it. It actually plays out really nice. I probably should have marked it, to be honest. NWOG and NDOG is really good. Especially for the type of model I trade. I trade at after 9:30, which is kind of when the RTH gap forms. So that's one thing. And then 2, NDOG, usually when you have a like gap up or down, it'll go towards. I mean, if you watch, have you seen ICT's most recent live streams? Have you seen his most recent? Because he teaches them really nice. No one can really teach them better than him. But we can go back and mark out the NDOG. So for example, like the NWOG here was my drawn liquidity for a lot of trades here, right? Wednesday and Thursday we took longs, both of them wins. targeting this NWAG high, right? So we targeted that. Now that we inversed it, we could potentially use it as support, which is kind of why another reason I was bullish, but that's easy to say now. And dog there, and then what else are we looking at? If you notice the RTH gap. So I knew this was here. I know I didn't say anything, but I knew this was higher because we got down. So filling this in is always drama great. So see, we came up in here very nicely, and now obviously there's this RTH gap, which we'll probably start working towards eventually. It's all valid. All of these are valid. See, this one got filled in nicely. This one has not been filled in. So there's a good chance we go into there. What's Euro doing? Not the hourly yet. Let's look at GBP because no, GBP also didn't happen. It's a really nice delivery on GBP actually. Wow. Well, okay, Robbie, did we finish the journal? What more did I need to? I feel like I had a lot of set. I had a lot set I needed to trade. I mean, I had a lot in my mind that I wanted to say, but I never said it. What was I gonna say? Good risk management. What else? I feel like there was a lot I said. Good patience for sure. I don't know if I'm saying for sure. I'll just say good patience. What else did I do good? Good narrative. Good prediction, I guess. Oh, the entries. I could have had better entries entering. I could have had more precise entries. I could have had more precise entries. Yeah, the emotion swings. We'll talk about it. I mean, we talked about it here. It made me doubt myself with fluctuations against me because of the chop. But I did stay true to my stop loss at the order block low. So could try to stay more calm. Fluctuations against me. But like it didn't really affect anything. So I don't know how I would journal. Like I don't know what do I say. Like the emotions are gonna come. I can't just not have emotions, you know? As long as it doesn't influence or affect my trading is what I'm worried about, which I don't think it did, right? Like I just kind of kept going back and forth. Like, should I close break even? Should I let it hit stop loss? Blah blah blah. And if I close break even, that's where I would have, you know, that's what I would have been like. You know what? That was an emotional decision because I just was scared of losing, right? But I shouldn't be scared of losing. I should be convinced that I'm gonna lose. You know, like I didn't really have a reason besides the choppiness to be like, yeah, I'm losing this trade. But we can talk about it. I'm glad I did close the position. Did the PD ray. It turned off. However, my forward journal is empty right now. I honestly just started it because now that I'm journaling this, I want to start, but my forward journal is empty. We'll need to fill it up. We're gonna fill it up with this USD trade once it's done. Here, right? I'm looking to enter on this hourly, but I'm in a swing, right? How long have you been trading, brother? I've been trading live for 8 months. I started January 1st trading live, but my entire journey's been over a year, just about over a year. In terms of when I started learning ICT, obviously I started supporting resistance first, like most people. That wasn't going well. You know, let's look at the stocks. How's the stocks doing? So Roku 55, 104. And not much movement actually today. Oh, Bitcoin's doing good. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the journal. And that's what happens when you trade in choppy conditions, right? Like stuff like this happens. But nonetheless, all right. Now we're gonna post this in the Discord because I want to be fully transparent. Copy that. Open up the Discord. Day 2, 2024 0809 payout series plus 354. Post the journal there, and we'll post the trades that we took. So let's close the journal, close the charts because we're gonna go swimming after this. Or 0809. This is what we want to post. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. Today wasn't bad. I'm not that happy with my performance. I can't lie, like a little shook, but nonetheless, I'd give myself like a 6 or a 7. Yesterday was like 9.5. I could have managed my trade a lot better yesterday, actually. But I think we put that in the journal. So not bad. So yeah, not bad. Not bad. Getting closer to where we want to meet our goal, which is nice. I'll tell you, when the emotions are gonna start coming, they gonna come. We just gotta stay disciplined, stick to the plan. Because these emotions can come. Once this number starts getting closer and closer to my goal, I know the emotions are gonna start coming. Because that happens every time. You know, I just haven't seen enough money to be like, just keep going. But I'm confident I can. I'm confident I can stick to my plan, regardless of the emotions, which is kind of the goal. So as long as we stick to the plan, the emotions can come by. It's fine. It's fine to be. In my opinion, emotions are fine as long as it doesn't influence your trading. 3 micros and 2 micros. How many points? Plus 80 points, but we took 2, so like that's 48. We got 120 points total. 530, right? So 490 to 530. Hey, Lev, what's up, brother? 490, so 30. 460. 2 trades. Yeah, we kind of just re-entered this trade. Like, same idea. Just, right? I had my runner closed. Second one. Um, the second one I entered here up this order block. That came into this old breaker. Low, high, low, low, higher, high. Obviously a breaker here, but it's also OTE of this range. Oops. Like right there. So that's why I entered the second trade. The first trade, I got a bad fill. Like honestly, this is the first trade. The reason my fill was bad. So look, we got filled 492. The FEG low is 467. Yeah, see the reason it says minus 1500 is because I was up 500 yesterday. So it goes with you, right? So it's minus 2000 at any point of your account high. But this is why I was saying I got a bad fill, right? It's right here. I didn't enter on the limit. I didn't put a limit there. I didn't mark it by there. I bought after this candle closed, pretty much. And oh wow. So we literally entered on this candle's high. Like, see how bad of a fill that is? Are you in drawdown? No, we're up. We're up 800. We've only taken. It's only been 2 days on this funded, and we won yesterday and we won today. So we could have got an extra 30 points on this if we just trusted this fair value gap, really, right? But we didn't trust it. We waited for a close. Because I had a limit here, then I was like, you know what? I'm canceling the limit. I guess in hindsight, I could have just trusted that fair value gap, which would have given us an extra 30 points, which is not something that some people trade for 30 points. So, I mean, our trade was literally 30 points, so it could have been 60. But anyway, around 110 points today in total. So that's 470, 30, 50. I was like, yeah, like 90 points, 80. So does that make sense, Manji? So basically, it trails with you. So, but the good news is, once I'm at 2,000, right? Let's say I make it to 2,000, which hopefully happens. This number is going to be set to zero, and it's going to sit there at zero forever. So that's kind of the goal, right? The first 2,000 is kind of the goal. This max loss sets at zero, because then anything I make above, it's always going to be at zero. So that's the goal. 1108 high. Look at that, beautiful. So yes, that is the plan. We need to make sure we have no orders, and I'm going to prove it to you with you guys. So when you're at 52,000, it will stop trailing. Exactly, exactly. But in this case, can you show us your account? Yeah, this is my account right here, bro. And how will the payout work? So it's up to you when to take a payout, right? So it gets set to zero. If you're at 2,000, right, and you withdraw 1,000, well, then you only have 1,000 to work with, right? Which can be fine. If you risk 100 per trade, that's fine, right? I'm not going to do that personally. I want to keep mine above 2,000, right? Because I'm sure loss streak will come eventually. I want to have buffer. How does the billing work? Once you're funded, you don't get billed anymore. That's it. So we can take our time, bro. We can go on vacation, come back. It's all good. No more billing. Can you show? This is my account, bro. I don't know what more. This is everything. Plus 800. We can look at the stats. So far, 100% win rate. Profit factor 1. I don't know what that means. Uh, least profitable days. Right? I mean, it's only been 2 days. So average range trade is 167. 5 trades. Wait, I didn't take 5 trades. Wait, why does it say 5 trades? 5 trades. Can you show the journal process, please? How you do that? Yes. Wait, but why does it say 5 trades? I didn't take 5 trades. I took 1 trade yesterday, 2 trades today. Oh, is it because the runners? Oh, I see. Every con close is a trade. So that's gonna mess with my stats, right? Because that's annoying. What? When did I take a $5 win? Like, this is bullshit. This looks. I didn't get stopped break even on my last runner. That sucks. I don't like that. Whatever. Anyway, there's not enough data here, so this doesn't really matter. We need more, like a lot more. How much would you pay for what? This is my journal. I just journaled live in front of everyone. I just finished, so I can't redo it. But I just came out and I filled out my journal. This is my journal. I filled it out. Um, that's my journal. I posted in the Discord. Um, just follow filling out my model. So Guzman, what's your question? Yeah, I fill it out. A lot of the talking I do in my comment section, where I just say everything that went through my mind. Today there was a lot of fluctuations against me, and I can't lie, kind of messed with my psych, but it was just pretty choppy. Like right here, pretty much, right? I thought I was gonna get stopped out. I guess you can say we respected this breaker, but like a 15 second, I hate the top setbacks, always messing up the executions. What do you mean? The fills? I oh no no. So you got it a little bit wrong. Let me just low high low low. So the breakers, these two candles on the 15 seconds. So I respect it 50% nicely. So no, that's not how it works. So to get funded, that's if you want to pay out. If you want to get a payout for a, that's what you have to do. If you want to get funded, you have to make 3,000, and you have $2,000 max loss limit. So basically, they give you 2,000 and they say make 3,000. That's how you get funded. So I'm just going to show you guys that there's no. So this is MNQ. There is no limits. Go to NQ. No limits. ES. No limits. MES. No limits. We're closing. Top step X. I'm not going to open it again today. I don't want to wake up with less funds in my account. Does that make sense, Verba? Gold short? We can look at our Forex position, actually, I guess. You're talking about the Express account. Oh, we're getting the Chinese day delivery. No, we're not. What is this? Oh, I'm talking about the fair value gap. That's what I put it for. You said talking about the Express. So yeah, once you have an Express account, if you want to get a payout, you don't have to make 2,000, right? You can make 1,000 as long as you have 5 winning days. So what you said, the 200 for 5 days, yeah, you can do that. But the thing is, right? So if you make 1,000, right, and then you take out, let's say, 500, that's gonna like you're gonna have a lot, kind of less to work with. You just formed a BPR. I'm guessing 1 minute time frame. Yeah, that is technically a BPR. But we kind of just come into here. I mean, I wouldn't trade any of this. Now we have engineered highs and lows and we're in equilibrium. I'd have to wait for probably one side to get taken if I were to even consider, but it's already out of my trading window. I'll hold trades through lunch, but I won't enter. But if I had to guess, looks like we might continue higher just based off the 15. We kind of talked about this 15 forming. Remember? We said, oh, if you're going to enter a trade now, you're probably going to get stopped because it'll go lower into the 15 after it forms. Well, now that we're in the 15, I guess hypothetically you could look for it to respect. So once you get the inversion, you could look for a long if that inverses, which it did. Came back in, formed a bullish fair value gap. So yeah, it's a pretty good long, right? You could wait for this inversion to be 100% sure. You could wait for the breaker, which would be right here. So yeah, possible. You can see how choppy it is though. Like it's so non-directional. Like this is just how the conditions are. You know, there's so much coloring outside the lines. It's actually not white. If it was white, then it would irritate my eyes. But this is actually, it's like either one away from white or it's one. So, that's just short and pray. No, long and pray. Respects to 50. But we did take out buy side already, so like you were expecting that high to get taken as well? That's 3 drives. I don't know. It could. Wait, we took out. Yeah, here. Oh, I'm not on ETH. I was like, that's so weird. I thought we took out London highs for a sec. It looks like we might inverse this. Is there SMT at the lows? Oh, there is SMT there, so this could potentially be a long, right? If we inverse what's forming now, would be a nice long, in my opinion, off the 15-minute fair value gap. I think I heard someone say now. I don't know about this, but you can use these old. Look at that beautiful delivery. Sometimes you can use these old blocks. Now I don't. I don't know about this. I haven't heard ICT talk about this, but I see some people say that you can use these old order blocks on the other side of the curve. But you use it for sell side, right? Not buy side. So I don't know. I don't know. But if there's an inversion here, yeah, it could possibly go long. Expect it to respect the 15-minute, but could easily just inverse the 15-minute, right? Like it's showing signs that it's gonna inverse. If it starts to show signs that it's gonna not inverse, how do you know? He's like a mitigation block. I heard someone call that a mitigation block, but I kept saying like, how do you know? Yes, that would be a bullish one if you were going to use it like a it's a mitigation block. See, I get it how you're supposed to use it. I don't get how it's a mitigation block, but yeah, I know people do use it. Oh, it's in the MMX. Maybe I missed it. Oh, I guess maybe that's where I heard it then, because I remember someone saying something about like using those down close candles on the buy side of the curve. You can use them on the sell side, so maybe that's what it was. Either way, I'm not a fan. Yes, almost in the hourly. I like this hourly. The thing is, it's Friday, so right, we could easily come back, take out this low, and then go higher. So I'll probably close my position and then look to re-enter. I entered on the hourly fair value gap here, 11. That's the daily I just marked out, right? And then this hourly is where I entered. The hourly inside the daily is a pretty nice fill, but I feel like this low could get taken. That sounds like something that's happened to me before, man. The revenge trading. Friday entry. Well, no, I entered this on what is this, Thursday? I guess Thursday. Thursday AM. I thought maybe we'd have like Thursday and Friday expansion. That did not happen. We pretty much just chopped. But DXY was also bearish, which is why I liked it. DXY pushing up the daily fair value gap. But now, yeah, I don't think I want to enter now, is what I'm saying. I think I might just close and then look for like weekly power of three on euro. But then again, we could have weekly power of three to the upside where we hit the objective first and then come back. But I would expect weekly power of three because that's a pretty far upside. It doesn't have to come back in there, you know? Weekly objective was hit in euro for this week. Oh, the fair value gap? Oh, I guess that's a good way of looking at it. I don't know how you could have got in on a trade like this though. Thursday was high and low of the week. Oh no, I guess Monday was a high. We pretty much just went down from Monday Asia. So I guess I was just thinking like, we eventually get here and then go up. But yeah, it just looks like we just went to the daily. Pretty choppy day, week. But I think it's fair to assume we go to this high off the daily. Would it happen early in the week? I don't know. I could probably guess that. What? How long are you on trading? I've been trading since January 1st. My journey's been about over a year though. Oh, you need news 100%, right? See you, brother. I'm about to end stream as well. We're done everything. I journaled. I journaled and everything. See you guys. If anyone has questions, now's your time to ask. I'm gonna make some breakfast and go for a swim. Today was a good day. This was a good week. I'm gonna try to get a video out this weekend. If not, it'll be next weekend, premium and discount, which is gonna be one of my best videos by far because I got the freaking gems when it comes to premium and discount and ranges. I'm thinking it'll be like a 30, 40 minute video though. If I really want to cover it all, it would have to be longer. We'll see. I'll see you guys on Monday and in the Discord. Ask me if you have any questions. Peace. Take care, brother.